us today. We are here to discuss an exciting new Rotary project, Tackle the Tar. It's coming to our Twin Counties May 14th, 2016. I'm Kristen Brabble with First Carolina Bank, and beside me I have Lynn Brown with Providence Bank and Tiffany Delano with Domtar. Thank you both for being here. So Lynn, can you tell us why we started Tackle the Tar?
Well, first of all, we are members of the Rocky Mount Rotary Group, and I'm a proud member, and I know you are too, Kristen. We're part of Rotary International, and it's a nonprofit organization, and a lot of people associate us with the End Polio Project, which we're working to eradicate polio, and we're 99% of eradicating polio across all the continents. We're just this close to making it happen, to make it 100%. But another initiative is education and in the communities, and our own Rocky Mount Rotary Group provides scholarships to 2 or 3 students a year, and these are $1,000 scholarships, and we work to raise funds. Applebee's has been tremendous. You've been involved in those projects where we raise funds, and we typically will give $1,000 to 2 or 3 students, but we wanted to do more. With the rising cost of tuition, we wanted to make a more substantial difference. So we wanted to come up with a signature project that would sort of catapult us into a larger pool of funds. So we started brainstorming ideas, and Chris was actually the one that threw out the idea of a 5K obstacle race. So we discussed it, fleshed it out a little bit, added a little bit of meat to the bones, and we got real excited, and we decided we would do the 5K obstacle race. And then when we chose our venue of Rocky Mount Sports Complex and the Bishop Stadium, then we realized that we had a tremendous opportunity to involve the whole community, not just the Rocky Mount Rotary Group. So with that, we decided to make it a community event and sort of accentuate some of the positives here in Rocky Mount, including the current positive image campaign. It fits in nicely with that. And the whole sole purpose of Tackle the Tar is to raise scholarship funds. We've got 3 tremendous educational institutions right here in Rocky Mount. We've got Nash Community College, we've got Edgecombe Community College, and we've got North Carolina Wesleyan. All of them are thriving. All of them have stellar reputations. So we wanted to provide local funds to support local students going to our local community colleges. And we see the opportunities to partner with so many different organizations here in Rocky Mount, and we have partnered with them already. There's a lot of excitement building, a lot of momentum, a lot of people wanting to get on board. We've got sponsorship opportunities available. We'll be talking more about that in the second half of the show. So with that, I'm sure we've piqued some of your interest in terms of what is it that we're talking about. So, Kristen, what in the world is Tackle the Tar?
Okay, Tackle the Tar is a 5K obstacle course race and family fun day held on May 14th, 2016. So go ahead and write it in your calendars.
In red.
Yes, in red, circle it, be there for sure. Even if you don't want to get down and dirty in the mud, you can still come out, enjoy the free live entertainment all day long from 12 o'clock to 8 or 9 o'clock at night. There'll be a food truck rodeo. There will be bounce houses for the kids and other entertainment for the kids. Beer and wine sales. We'll have local craft vendors there. Brew Mill, hopefully, will also be there too. Yes, so we're very excited about that. But really, I want to talk about the obstacle course race itself. So Tiffany, she has done a lot of these races. She likes to get down and play in the mud quite often. But would you tell us what the participants of the race can expect?
Sure. As far as my experience, I've done a Spartan, the Zombie Escape, the Dirty Girl, and several 5Ks. Next year, I'm doing the Charlotte Spartan and my first Tough Mudder.
That was tough.
Yeah, it is. So an obstacle course race ours is a 5K. There's different distances, but ours will be a 5K, which is 3.2 miles. And we're going to have about 15 obstacles. And you can either run or walk, depending on your level between the obstacles. The first 2 heats will be the elite heats, and they'll start about 10 a.m. and have 50 to 75 runners. And then after that, that, it will be in about 30-minute increments heats for the general racers, 14 and up. No experience is required, so it will be all levels of participants. During those heats, you can wear costumes, create teams. One of the obstacles will be the barrel crawl. You'll crawl through a line of barrels. There'll also be a tar pit where you crawl on all fours through a big mud pit. There'll be what's called the cliffhanger where you'll climb over a short wall. There'll be a roller coaster of walls where you climb over and under levels of walls. And the last one will be a tar roast where you jump over a very small pit of fire, and make sure you have your friends there to take pictures of you jumping. For the elite ones who come in first, second, and third, there'll also be cash prizes. The first prize will be $2,000. The second place finisher will have a $1,000 prize, and the third place winner will be $500. We'll be projecting several hundred runners. They'll be in town, out of state. We're projecting for probably the more serious runners. And you can register at tacklethetar.com.
Now, if I had never run an obstacle course race before, what would you advise me to do?
Show up. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. If you need to walk it, walk it. If you can't do an obstacle, walk around it. But go out, involve yourself, be active in the community, and be active and healthy.
And if I wanted to bring my family and I was the only one who wanted to run, how would that work out?
If you wanted to bring your family can watch. They can enjoy the food truck rodeo. They can take pictures of you doing the obstacles.
They can drink some beer while you're out there running.
The children.
No, not the children.
It's to be 21 to drink. Drink responsible.
Thank you for that disclaimer.
And for some of the businesses, you can create some team building opportunities.
Yes, you can create teams.
And have some competition within your own group, or maybe
If
partner
anybody
with
wants
some
to be
others.
on my team, you can contact me direct.
I would like to be on your team, Tiffany.
Come on.
I will be a volunteer.
No, I'm going to pay $100 to see Lynn crawl in the mud. That's what I'm
And I will
do.
pay $100 for you not to do that.
Well, perfect. That's $100 to a scholarship right there. See how easy that was?
I know, that's wonderful. What ages?
It's 14 and up, and 14 to 18 has to have an adult supervision with them, and after 18 you can run it on your own.
All by yourself, absolutely. So Lynn, will you be running this race?
I have until May to decide. Correct?
To May 14th, you sure do.
I'm sure there will be plenty of places for me to be.
You can do trial runs and take you through it.
Yes, right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who knows? Maybe I can participate in that. But do we have discounts?
We do have discounts. We have 10% off for military discounts, and then group discounts of 10 or more is also 10% off. Yep, and all of our sponsors, they will get free race tickets for that day. And once again, I can't reiterate enough, it's free for your family to come out and watch all of the live entertainment, to play on the bounce houses. We may have a clown or two out there, some jugglers, we'll see. I mean, it's going to be a huge event for the city, a huge event for the city. And then the food truck rodeo, we've never had anything like this here at all. So it's going to be great.
And I understand Ron Green is working on some of the food truck venues, and it's going to be some different cuisines that we don't normally see in this area. So I think that's going to be really good. There's going to be a lot of events going on. There's a tournament going on at the Sports Complex. Mm-hmm. So we've got all of those out-of-town people. We're expecting to fill up our hotels, our restaurants. So we encourage each of you to get involved. It's a Rocky Mount Rotary project, but it's a community event. All of it is about raising scholarships for our local students. So, we're spearheading it, yes, but we would love to have involvement from all different businesses and citizens that want to get involved. It's really going to be a huge day to highlight what's going on in our twin counties.
Well, like you said, people from out of town will be traveling to this event. I know each year my family and I mean a group of probably 10 of us travel each year to Charlotte and stay 2 nights just to run one race like this. We do this every year. We've done this every year for the past 3 or 4 years, and we love it. But Tiffany, will you tell us how far that you've traveled for obstacle course races and kind of some of your friends who travel? And
Charlotte is the farthest I've personally traveled, but I'm also friends with some of those American Ninja Warriors that you see on TV are some of my friends, and they make a living traveling around doing this. Mike Cook just went to Texas last week, I believe. He was in Florida at Universal Studios doing one for that's where the American Ninja Warrior was filmed last year. They're starting a new American Ninja Warrior called Team American Ninja Warrior, and Neil Craver is going to be one of the captains who will be at Mike Cook's backyard race in 2 weeks. So
That's right here in Red Oak.
in Red Oak. So there'll be a lot of Ninja Warriors that you see on TV competing at that race on November 14th and 15th.
that is awesome. It's so neat to know that people travel for these events, and we're going to bring in outside people from Raleigh, possibly Charlotte, to the coast to come into our Rocky Mount area and to see how great this city actually is. So we're super excited about that.
It just keeps mushrooming, and sometimes we have to put a halt on, what we can do this first year, because there's so many opportunities for, bringing in different groups, different venues. We've had people contacting us from out of town, wanting to participate not just in the race, but in maybe promoting their products, and we've got opportunities for lots of different sponsorship levels. We've had people already that have, whether they're individuals or businesses, that have expressed an interest.
And speaking of our sponsors, up next we have our main event sponsor, Roger Taylor and Associates, who are coming up next. So we look forward to talking with them.
Enjoy the unique and charming shopping experience at Lovely Interiors in historic downtown Wilson. Browse the elegant, high-quality offerings of vintage and modern furniture, dinnerware, and other home decor in a setting that feels like home. Lovely Interiors offers affordable pricing, the convenience of a layaway plan, and a warm, welcoming experience, a must-do on the shopping list. Lovely Interiors. Fine furniture and unique offerings at affordable prices.
I'm Zane Black. I'm the retail sales manager for Carolina Precision Firearms, the coolest gun store on the planet. We have a full selection of guns and ammunition. We are stacked to the walls. We have an indoor 25-yard climate-controlled shooting range. We also have an excellent selection of Yeti coolers, and we just picked up crossbows. We also teach concealed carry here because we're here about keeping families safe. I got an awesome sales staff here to treat you like family, so come on down and see us at CPI Farms, and we will treat you like family.
Do you love the outdoors? If so, tune in every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. to see WHIG TV's newest edition, Tar Heel Outdoors. Man, it offers an inside look at everything the great outdoors has to offer, including hunting, fishing, scuba diving, and even some fossil digging. From entertaining commentary to tips and tricks from local pros. Catch Tar Heel Outdoors Tuesday night at 8 p.m. only on WHIG TV.
A few minutes ago, we heard all about Rotary's exciting new project, Tackle the Tar. So I'm now joined by Roger Taylor, Shanna Strickland and Sarah Dixon. That was a lot to remember, from Roger Taylor and Associates Financial Advisors. First, I want to thank you and your team for becoming a main event sponsor and helping us really take off Tackle the Tar. You and your team are just truly great leaders in our community, and we appreciate that so much. Now, if you would tell us, why did you become a main event sponsor for Tackle the Tar?
Well, look at these three good-looking ladies. When I'm asked, I can give. No, we support this community, but this community supports us. And education is always a mainstay with our firm and with me, because if others hadn't created scholarships and things, I could have never gone to college. I mean, I grew up a poor white boy. And but scholarships and everything help me, and anytime we can help with, particularly with children, whether it's the pediatrics, the emergency room, or whether it's scholarships, then we're in.
Well, anytime that I hear anything about a scholarship, Roger Taylor and Associates is always the first thing that's mentioned, almost always. So we really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's our pleasure.
Yeah, and you're chair of the Rocky Mountain Area Chamber of Commerce. You're the chairman, correct?
That is correct.
And see, you three just do so much in the community. Do you have time to sleep?
Well, I do. But the main thing is if I can set an example to make you at your age group want to be a part of it, because in 1976, when I changed from education to financial services, and I got involved, and the more you give, the more you get. It's biblical. So the more you give, the more you get. And it's just exciting that Shanna and Sarah from the firm have stepped forward. They have leadership in our profession. They have leadership in the communities with Junior Gill and other things. And I tell you, then you know what a great neighborhood. You don't sit at home and complain about how bad things are. You get out and see how good things are.
That's exactly right. Well, when I first came into this community about 3 years ago, you three were the first ones, I think, who pushed me into everything. I mean, it was so exciting. You talked me into the Junior Guild. I mean, you brought me into the chamber. And Lord knows, you brought me into so many things as well with the Junior Guild, too. So I really appreciate y'all just giving back to this community all the time. So can we just go around the table really quick and just tell some of the things in the community that you do?
Yeah, sure. Again, I'm Sarah Dixon, and I was active in Junior Guild of Rocky Mount as well. Actually went to be a sustaining member this past year, so now I just get to enjoy donating as I would like, but that was an awesome organization to be involved in. A member of our local National Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors, and have been, gone through the roles of treasurer, president through that organization. And then being a mother of a 3- and 4-year-old takes a lot of my time. But now that Junior Guild is kind of off the table as a requirement for me, I'm open to new, participating in other civic organizations. So I'm kind of got my eyes out for what I'm going to look for next.
Well, Tackle the Tar is sure using y'all there.
Yes.
And again, I'm Shanna Strickland, and very similar to Sarah, I was actually also in the Junior Guild, and very proud sustainer now. And in addition to that, I currently am a member of the JCs, and that's what I'm doing now with my time instead of the Junior Guild, since that time is over. In addition, I currently serve as the immediate past president of the local National Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors. I also serve on the board for the National Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors for North Carolina. And in addition to that, I'm expecting my first child in January, so that should add some excitement. And Kristen has also welcomed me onto several of the committees for Tackle the Tar, which is another way that we got involved. So we're very excited about Tackle the Tar. We're very excited that it's coming to our community and all of the things that it can bring to our community.
And Kristen, you know, the good thing about what they do also is they help protect this community, protect people from living too long or dying too soon. And that is so important because they're my business future. I have a business continuation. They're part of it. Like you are leadership at First Carolina, and people look to that. And, you know, I've always believed in that, as I say, education, because Sarah, of course, is my number 4 daughter, and she's a heir apparent, and she's my adopted daughter. Her parents don't know that yet, but they're just great. But, you know, we have endowed scholarships at East Carolina Med School and East Carolina Business School and Wesleyan College and Lewisburg College and Edgecombe Community College, and you just go down the list. But as I said, I couldn't have gone anywhere if somebody else hadn't given and made that opportunity. But this is a chance to expand it rather than $3,000 a year. It may be $30,000 a year, so you can reach and touch so many more. And people in this community or any community should know the value of that.
Exactly.
And you know, in my business, people actually think they can take it with them. And they can. So they need to help organizations like this or projects like this. And, you know, we enjoy it. We enjoy it. And you can see, look at them as yourself. They're leaders. Reason for that, they saw my participation many years ago. Sarah has been seeing it for a lifetime. And, you know, but experience, that's something that I have that you don't have. And people my vintage need to be doing more of this.
Well, something else that we need to remember in the community is that if we can keep local students going to local colleges, maybe they will stay here in the Twin Counties. We really need more youth in this area. I mean, Roger, we love you, but we do. We need more youth in this area.
Well, and we are seeing a number of fine individuals like the 3 of you that are coming back and making homes. And we're actually seeing some of those come back and live here and work other places. And but we've got to give it as we work on the projects downtown and the interstates and the businesses and community projects, because just getting involved in this project will give them, seeing people come in, enjoy, and hear the results. And, you know, it's so wonderful to give a report and say we were able to help this many people.
That's exactly right. But would y'all tell me, what does Roger Taylor and Associates do for your clients? I'm sure everyone would like to know.
Well, as I said earlier, living too long or dying too soon. If a person dies too soon, they made a promise to a family. So they better have some life insurance that would protect them. Living too long, they better have some plan for retirement planning, whether it's 401k, IRAs, investments, what have you. And we just have people do it. We manage a lot of money in the retirement side and help people plan for retirement. And for me, it's so nice to say, look, now she just had a birthday just recently, but 2 young females. We have a CPA in the office. We have a paraplanner and paralegal. I mean, you know, help people make choices and decisions about protecting themselves, because a lot of people don't think you're going to die, but I'm not. Well, that's wrong. But live it. We work with companies that allow us to protect against that risk. But it's more about a relationship. It's about relationship, because I've never given a widow or widower too much money. They always, or given somebody too much money to educate their children, or given too much money on a weekly basis for disability. I mean, that's what we do, is we make things go on. We can't help, you know, other people bring soup and sympathy. We bring money.
And that's very important.
Well, it is. I mean, you know, let me tell you, if Sarah has 2 or 3 children, and Philip, my son-in-law, has enough life insurance and he dies, she ain't about to remarry, because she knows how bad a marriage is. And I know how bad, you know, you be. I know. See, if you be married to a guy, they break you. You know, I'm not talking about y'all. So what I'm saying, if you got money, you generally don't remarry because you have to. You remarry for the same reason you got married initially. And it's heartbreaking to see when people remarry or get into relationships because of need. And And people don't think through this. You know, you're a money-making machine. Why don't you insure it? If you had a money-making machine that you could plug into the wall, you'd probably insure it, wouldn't you?
Probably, yes.
But that's who you are. That's who we all are. Different machines, different denominations. But yeah, but that's what we need to do.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Well, I think another huge question here, and it's my biggest question, is am I going to see you three in the mud?
We are planning, Sarah and I are planning to form a team to run. We will have Roger probably doing our photography.
I'm gonna be doing a sauna and a massage.
We don't have that activity set up.
He may be at the food truck waiting for us.
Cheering you on.
That's right.
I did hear you say that you were going to be over in the food truck line.
That's right. I used to be a basketball player, and now people think I was a football player. I don't understand that.
So do you plan on running?
Yes, I do plan on running.
Great. I cannot wait to see your team out there.
We're very excited.
We're looking forward to it.
That is great. So now, what would you say to anyone in the community who wanted to become a sponsor?
This is a chance to expand scholarships for the 3 local colleges. It's a chance to reach out and touch those that come in from other communities and say, we welcome you. This is a great opportunity. And like the Nash Healthcare Pediatrics Emergency, the first one, have it so it's a wow effect, so people want to come back. Make it so good that they say, I'm putting that on my calendar right now for next year. And I would encourage not only us, but people do this. They come from all over the country.
They do. They absolutely do. It's such an attraction. It's very different from the regular 5K races. It's so different, and people will travel everywhere to do this.
I would also encourage them, if you can't give, at a certain level, just giving of yourself also. There's plenty of volunteer opportunities, but a little bit goes a long way. So if you feel like, maybe you can't give at the highest level, or, giving anything does help towards the scholarships, and especially giving of yourself. So if you don't have necessarily the monetary gift, consider volunteering, because we will need a lot of volunteers to make this a successful event as well.
Give children a chance to serve, to get out. And rather than sitting there playing a Nintendo machine or something like that, why don't they get out and see activities? So many are playing so much Nintendo, maybe they need to see somebody running.
That's exactly right. Exercise is important these days.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again to all of you for coming out and being our main event sponsor, and to your commitment to this community. I would also like to thank some of our sponsors, our other sponsors, the City of Rocky Mount, First Media Radio, WIG TV, First Carolina Bank, Express Employment, Rocky Mount Telegram, and Sunset Studios. If you would like to register for the race, please visit tacklethetar.com, and also find us on social media. We are always updating our social media with new things. The cash prizes came out last week, so that's another good thing to keep up on. And we look forward to seeing you and your family on May 14th, 2016.